Hello everyone and welcome to Ava Learns English. My name is Ava and I am very happy to learn with you today. In this lesson, we will talk about a simple and very important topic. We will learn how to talk about likes and dislikes in English. Talking about likes and dislikes helps you share your feelings, your choices, and your personality. When you say what you like or what you do not like, people understand you better. Conversations become easier and more natural. Let us start with the word like. The word like is used when you enjoy something or feel good about it. You can use like with food, activities, places, or people. For example, you can say I like tea. You can say I like reading books. You can say I like music. These sentences are simple and clear. Now let us talk about the sentence pattern. When you talk about yourself, you usually start with I like. After that, you add the thing you enjoy. For example, I like coffee. I like walking. I like learning English. This pattern is very common and easy to remember. You can also talk about strong liking. For this, you can use the word love. Love is stronger than like. For example, you can say I love my family. I love cooking food. I love watching movies. These sentences show strong feeling, but are still simple. Now let us talk about dislikes. When you do not enjoy something, you use do not like. For example, you can say I do not like spicy food. I do not like noise. I do not like waking up early. These sentences are honest and correct. Notice how we form negative sentences. We say I do not like, not I know like. The words do not help make the sentence correct. Say it slowly in your mind. With practice, it will feel natural. Sometimes people use the word hate, but this word is very strong. Beginners should use it carefully. It is often better to say, I really do not like. For example, I really do not like cold weather. This sounds softer and more polite. Now let us talk about likes and dislikes in daily situations. When someone asks what food do you like, you can answer I like rice and vegetables. When someone asks do you like tea, you can answer yes I like tea or no I do not like tea. These answers are short and clear. You can also ask others about their likes. You can say, what do you like to eat? You can say, do you like music? These questions help start conversations and build connection. Now let us talk about activities. You can say, I like walking in the morning. I like listening to music. I like learning new things. These sentences help you talk about hobbies and free time. You can also talk about activities you do not like. You can say, I do not like waiting. I do not like running. I do not like loud places. These sentences explain your comfort and preferences. Let us now connect likes with time. You can say, I like drinking tea in the morning. I like reading at night. I like relaxing in the evening. These sentences connect feelings with daily routine. You can add simple words like very much or a lot to add feeling. For example, I like tea very much. I like music a lot. These words make your sentences richer but still easy. Now let us talk about being polite. When someone offers you something, they may ask, do you like coffee? You can say, yes, I like coffee, thank you. If you do not like it, you can say, no, I do not like coffee, thank you. Adding thank you sounds kind and respectful. You can also talk about likes and dislikes at work or study. You can say, I like my job. I like my teacher. I like my classes. You can also say, I do not like too much pressure. These sentences help you express feelings calmly. Now let us talk about common mistakes. Some learners say I like to food or I know like. These are not correct. Remember the correct patterns. I like food. I do not like food. Repeat them slowly. Practice is very important. Talk about your likes and dislikes every day. Practice in front of a mirror. Practice in your mind. Simple practice helps your brain think in English. Talking about likes and dislikes helps people know who you are. You do not need big words. Simple words are enough to express your feelings clearly. Now you are ready to talk about what you like and what you do not like in English. In the next part, we will continue this learning journey and talk about basic verbs used in daily life, using the same calm and simple English style. Basic verbs are the heart of daily English. Verbs are action words. They tell us what we do, what happens, and how we live our day. When you learn basic verbs, you can talk about many things even with simple sentences. You do not need long grammar rules. You only need to understand how these verbs are used in daily life. Let us start with very common verbs that people use every day. One of the most common verbs is eat. Eat is used for food. You can say, I eat breakfast. I eat lunch. I eat dinner. You can also say, I eat rice or I eat fruits. These sentences are simple and very useful. Another common verb is drink. Drink is used for liquids. You can say, I drink water. I drink tea. I drink milk. Eat and drink are often used together because food and water are part of daily life. Now let us talk about the verb go. Go is used when you move from one place to another. You can say, I go to work. I go to school. I go home. Go helps you talk about movement and travel. Another important verb is come. Come is used when you move toward a place or person. You can say, I come home in the evening. I come to class early. Go and come are opposite in meaning, but both are very common. Now let us talk about the verb do. Do is used for actions and tasks. You can say, I do my work. I do my homework. I do exercise. Do is also used in questions, but here we focus on daily actions. The verb make is also important. Make is used when you create something. You can say, I make food. I make tea. I make a plan. Make is often used with food and ideas. Now let us talk about the verb work. Work is used when you talk about your job or effort. You can say, I work in an office. I work at home. I work every day. This verb is very common in adult conversations. The verb study is used for learning. You can say, I study English. I study in college. I study at night. Study helps you talk about education and practice. Now let us talk about the verb learn. Learn means to get new knowledge. You can say, I learn English. I learn new words. Learn and study are similar, but learn focuses more on the result. The verb sleep is also very common. Sleep is used for rest. You can say, I sleep at night. I sleep early. I sleep late. This verb helps you talk about health and routine. Another daily verb is wake up. Wake up is used when you stop sleeping. You can say, I wake up early. I wake up at 6. Wake up is often used in morning routines. The verb sit is used when you are on a chair or bench. You can say, I sit on a chair. I sit at my desk. The verb stand is the opposite. You can say, I stand near the door. These verbs help describe position. Now let us talk about the verb talk. Talk is used for speaking with people. You can say, I talk to my friends. I talk with my family. Talk helps you describe communication. The verb listen is also important. Listen is used when you hear carefully. You can say, I listen to music. I listen to my teacher. Listen shows attention. The verb watch is used for seeing something with focus. You can say, I watch TV. I watch videos. Watch is often used with screens. The verb read is used for books and text. You can say, I read books. I read messages. Read helps you talk about learning and information. Now let us connect these verbs with daily routine. You can say, I wake up early. I eat breakfast. I go to work. I work all day. I come home in the evening. I eat dinner. I sleep at night. With just these verbs, you can describe your whole day. You can also talk about habits. You can say, I walk every day. I exercise in the morning. Walk and exercise are also daily verbs related to health. Do not worry about using many verbs at once. Learn a few verbs and use them often. Repetition helps your brain remember. Practice saying these verbs aloud. Practice using them in short sentences. Simple sentences are strong sentences. When you use basic verbs correctly, your English becomes clear and confident. These basic verbs will help you in all future lessons. In the next part, we will continue naturally and learn how to talk about your family using simple English sentences and the verbs you already know. Talking about your family is a very common and important topic in daily English. Family is close to everyone's life. When you talk about your family, people understand your background, your relationships, and your personal world. You do not need difficult words to talk about family. Simple sentences are enough. Let us start with the word family. Family usually means the people you live with or the people who are very close to you. You can say I have a family. You can also say I have a small family or I have a big family. These sentences give basic information. Now let us talk about family members. Common family members are father, mother, brother, sister, son, daughter, and grandparents. You can talk about them one by one. You can say I have a father and a mother. This is a simple and clear sentence. You can also say I have one brother or I have two sisters. Numbers help give more detail, but they're optional. You can talk about your parents like this. You can say my father works in an office. My mother stays at home. You can also say my parents work hard. These sentences describe family roles in daily life. Now let us talk about brothers and sisters. You can say I have a brother. You can say I have a sister. If you do not have siblings, you can say I do not have any brothers or sisters. These sentences are honest and simple. You can also talk about your siblings' activities. You can say my brother studies in college. My sister works in a company. These sentences use verbs you already learned, like study and work. Now let us talk about grandparents. You can say I have grandparents. You can say my grandparents live with us. You can also say my grandparents live in a village. These sentences help you talk about older family members. You can also talk about your children if you have any. You can say I have a son. I have a daughter. You can say my son goes to school. My daughter likes to draw. These sentences are common in daily conversations. Now let us talk about using my with family members. In English, we often say my father, my mother, my brother. The word my shows belonging. It tells that the person is part of your family. For example, you can say my family is kind. My family supports me. My family lives together. These sentences describe your family as a group. You can also talk about where your family lives. You can say my family lives in a city. My family lives in a small town. You can also say my family lives in a house or my family lives in an apartment. Now let us talk about daily life with family. You can say I eat with my family. I talk with my family in the evening. I spend time with my family on weekends. These sentences describe family routine. You can also talk about feelings. You can say I love my family. My family is important to me. My family makes me happy. These sentences express emotion in a simple way. Now let us talk about asking questions about family. People may ask you about your family. They may ask, do you have brothers or sisters? You can answer yes, I have a brother, or no, I do not have siblings. They may ask, where does your family live? You can answer calmly. You can also ask others about their family. You can say, do you have a big family? You can say, who do you live with? These questions help you connect with people. Now let us talk about family activities. You can say my family eats dinner together. My family watches TV together. My family goes out on weekends. These sentences show shared activities. You can also talk about special days. You can say we celebrate festivals together. We meet relatives on holidays. These sentences show family traditions. Now let us connect family with daily verbs. You can say my father works every day. My mother cooks food. My brother studies in the morning. My sister helps at home. These sentences use verbs you already know. You do not need long sentences to talk about family. Short sentences are clear and natural. People understand you easily when you speak this way. Practice talking about your family every day. You can practice alone. You can practice with friends. You can practice by writing simple sentences. This practice makes you confident. Talking about family helps you feel comfortable in English because it is a familiar topic. You already know your family well. You only need English words to describe them. Now you are able to talk about your family in simple English. This skill will help you in many real-life conversations. In the next part, we will continue this learning journey and talk about simple present tense basics using the verbs and sentence patterns you already practiced. The simple present tense is one of the most important parts of English. It is used to talk about things that are always true, things that happen every day, and habits in daily life. You already use this tense without knowing its name. Now we will understand it slowly and clearly. Let us start with the basic idea. The simple present tense is used for routines and regular actions. When you say something you do every day, you use this tense. For example, you can say I work every day. I wake up early. I eat breakfast at home. These sentences talk about regular actions. Now let us look at sentence structure. When you talk about yourself, you usually start with I. After that, you use the base form of the verb. For example, I work. I study. I live here. I like tea. These sentences are simple and correct. When you talk about more than one person, you use we or they. The verb stays the same. For example, we work together. We live in a city. They study English. They play games. Notice that the verb does not change. Now let us talk about he, she, and it. This is where English changes a little. When you talk about one other person, you usually add s to the verb. For example, he works. She studies. He lives here. She likes tea. This small change is very important. Let us practice this slowly. I work. He works. I study. She studies. I live here. He lives here. The meaning is the same, but the verb changes slightly. This helps English sound correct. Now let us talk about common verbs in simple present tense. You can say, I wake up early. He wakes up early. I eat lunch at 1. She eats lunch at 1. I go to work. He goes to work. These sentences describe daily life. Now let us talk about negative sentences. Negative sentences tell what you do not do. For I, we, and they, you use do not. For example, I do not work on Sunday. We do not eat junk food. They do not live here. These sentences are simple and clear. For he and she, you use does not. For example, he does not work on Sunday. She does not eat junk food. He does not live here. Notice that after does not, the verb goes back to its base form. We say does not work, not does not works. Now let us talk about questions in simple present tense. To ask a question, you usually start with do or does. For I, you, we, and they, you use do. For example, do you work every day? Do they live here? Do we study English? These questions are very common. For he and she, you use does. For example, does he work here? Does she like tea? Does he study at night? Again, after does, the verb stays in base form. Now let us talk about answering these questions. If the answer is positive, you can say yes, I do, or yes, he does. If the answer is negative, you can say no, I do not, or no, she does not. These short answers are enough in daily conversation. Now let us talk about time words used with simple present tense. Common words are always, usually, often, sometimes, and never. These words tell how often something happens. For example, I always wake up early. I usually eat at home. I sometimes watch movies. I never sleep late. You can also use words like every day, every morning, or every week. For example, I work every day. She studies every morning. These words clearly show routine. Now let us connect simple present tense with family. You can say my father works in an office. My mother cooks food. My brother studies in college. My family eats dinner together. These sentences describe regular family activities. You can also connect simple present tense with likes and dislikes. You can say I like coffee. She likes tea. I do not like noise. He does not like cold weather. These sentences are very common. Now let us talk about common mistakes. Some learners say he work or she like. These are not correct. Remember to add s with he and she. Say he works. She likes. Practice this slowly. Another mistake is using does not with an s on the verb. Remember, after does not, the verb stays simple. He does not work. She does not like coffee. Practice is very important for simple present tense. Say sentences aloud every day. Describe your routine. Describe your family. Describe your habits. The more you practice, the more natural it becomes. Simple present tense is the base of English. When you understand this tense, many other things become easier. You do not need to be perfect. You only need to be clear. Now you are ready to move forward. In the next and final part, we will talk about your home. We will use simple present tense, basic verbs, and clear sentences to describe where you live and how your home looks. Talking about your home is a very warm and personal topic. Your home is the place where you live, rest, and feel safe. When you talk about your home in English, people understand your daily environment and your lifestyle. You do not need difficult words to describe your home. Simple sentences are enough to paint a clear picture. Let us start with the word home. Home is the place where you live. You can say I live in a house or I live in an apartment. You can also say I live with my family. These sentences give basic information about your living place. Now let us talk about location. You can say my home is in a city. You can say my home is in a village. You can say my home is near my workplace or near my school. These sentences help others understand where you live. You can also talk about the size of your home. You can say my home is small. My home is big. My home is comfortable. These describing words are simple but useful. They help listeners imagine your home. Now let us talk about rooms. Most homes have rooms like a bedroom, kitchen, bathroom, and living room. You can say my home has 2 bedrooms. My home has a kitchen and a living room. These sentences are clear and common. You can talk about your bedroom. You can say my bedroom is quiet. My bedroom is clean. I sleep in my bedroom. These sentences describe how you use the space. You can talk about the kitchen. You can say I cook food in the kitchen. My mother cooks in the kitchen. The kitchen is important because it is where food is prepared. You can also talk about the living room. You can say my family sits in the living room. We watch TV together. We talk in the evening. These sentences connect your home with family life. Now let us talk about furniture. Furniture means things inside the house. You can say my home has a table. My home has chairs. My home has a bed. These are very basic words but very useful. You can also talk about cleanliness. You can say my home is clean. I clean my home every day. A clean home makes people feel relaxed. Now let us connect home with daily routine. You can say I wake up at home. I eat breakfast at home. I come home in the evening. I rest at home at night. These sentences show how home is part of your daily life. You can also talk about feelings connected to your home. You can say I feel happy at home. I feel safe at home. I feel relaxed at home. These sentences express emotion in a simple way. Now let us talk about neighbors and surroundings. You can say my neighbors are friendly. My home is near a park. My home is near a market. These sentences add more detail to your description. You can also talk about sounds and atmosphere. You can say my home is quiet. My home is peaceful. Or you can say my home is busy. These words describe the feeling of the place. Now let us practice combining everything you learned in this series. You can say I live in a house. My home is in a city. I live with my family. My father works every day. My mother cooks food. I like my home very much. These sentences use likes, verbs, family words, and simple present tense together. You can see how all topics connect naturally. Likes and dislikes help you share feelings. Basic verbs help you talk about actions. Family helps you talk about people close to you. Simple present tense helps you talk about daily life. Home brings everything together. You do not need complex grammar to speak English well. You only need simple words, clear sentences, and confidence. Every sentence you speak is progress. Practice talking about your home aloud. Describe it in your mind. Describe it to a friend. The more you practice, the more natural it becomes. Now we have reached the end of this learning journey. You started by learning how to talk about likes and dislikes. Then you learned basic verbs for daily life. You learned how to talk about your family. You understood simple present tense. And now you can talk about your home. This is a big achievement. Thank you for spending your time learning step by step. Thank you for being patient with yourself. Learning a language takes time, and you are doing it the right way. This is Ava from Ava Learns English. I hope these lessons help you feel confident and calm when you speak English. Keep practicing every day, even with small sentences. Small steps create big change. Stay positive, stay curious, and keep learning. Your English journey is just beginning, and I am very proud of you.